What is going on, everybody? Thank you for coming back to another video. Today, we wanted to talk to you all about how moving to Florida has changed our lives.
Some of these things on this list you would expect, but some you may not have thought about. So make sure you stick around so you see them all.
For those of you that don't know us, we are a family of 7 who uprooted our lives from rural Wisconsin to follow our dreams of a life in Florida.
We make all sorts of videos
About moving to Florida,
and all the fun things you can do once you get here.
so make sure you subscribe down below
Hit that bell,
so you don't miss any of our uploads.
especially when we go live
To answer your questions.
Sunshine, blue skies, it's a state of mind that we came to find. I'm talking about palm trees, we're making memories. I don't wanna leave this sunshine state of mind.
So one of the first things that has changed our lives here in Florida is pretty obvious, and that is all the fun things we get to do here. Not only for myself, the memories I've created here as an individual, but also as a mother to see what we have given our children and the experiences that our children are having here. There are so many adventures that we have done here that we would have never been able to do back in Wisconsin.
And many of you may just say, well, I go down to Florida every year on vacation. We can just do those things then. Lots of the things that we've done, we didn't even know existed until we moved down here, guys. And that's why we're trying to share so many of them with you. Things like going and giving an elephant a bath. Who would have ever thought down here in Florida that you could find a place where you could go and get up close and personal with an elephant? Not me.
Not me either. Another really awesome thing is swimming with the manatees.
That was an awesome experience too, and something now that we've done not once but twice, and we plan on doing again. To be so close with an endangered species like a manatee is just a feeling that we cannot describe, and we've said it
breathtaking.
time and time again. And guys, don't forget about all of the great state parks that Florida has. When you're on vacation, you don't think about visiting state parks. You're thinking about theme parks and tourist attractions. Beaches, and honestly, some of the best beaches in the state are part of the state park system.
So guys, this next one was a personal preference that Eric and I had discussed about how we wanted to raise our children, and that is being very diverse. And there's no other place in the world that can give you so much diversity than the state of Florida.
That's right. Back in Wisconsin, our kids didn't have the opportunity to be around different cultures. And it wasn't by choice, it's just the lay of the land. There just was not that many people that lived there from other areas of the country, let alone other areas of the world. Here in Florida, there's people from all different walks of life, all different cultures, probably every single country on this planet.
So we get to get a taste of it all between the music, the food, and the traditions.
So of course, back in Wisconsin, our kids had the opportunity to take different foreign languages in their school. However, here in Florida, they're all taking Spanish and getting to use it, which is huge.
It is huge.
It's so much easier to learn a language when you can actually use it in your personal life rather than in a school setting. Another part of our life that has changed because we moved to Florida is that now we have stepped outside of our comfort zone.
You guys, before moving here, alligators, snakes, spiders, all of it terrified me. I would never imagine that I would move somewhere where that is a part of our everyday. But now, since being here, I seek them out and I respect them for their beauty and what they contribute to our everyday life and our ecosystem.
To be honest, guys, I've really always lived outside of my
Yes, you have.
comfort zone. However, this has been a huge change for Lindsay. Even things like the adventures we go on where you see us ziplining. Lindsay's terrified of heights, or was.
And another thing is stepping my foot inside brackish water. That is something I would have never done here.
I don't know what scares you so much about brackish water.
Because the potential for gators,
You go in the springs.
I know, but you can
You didn't want to go in there either.
I didn't want to go in there, but now I'm so happy that I did, and it's opened my horizons to so much more, and knowing that I can push myself and what comes out of that experience is so worth it. It's life-changing. And not only that, but for my kids, how little they are to see their mom and their dad doing this, and then they know that they're okay, and then they step away with those experiences as well. It's helped them become more diverse, and we're hoping that they carry this love for adventure for a lifetime.
And speaking of the children, they've stepped out of their comfort zone as well. They're trying new activities and new foods that we never thought we'd be able to get them to try. Our oldest son, Brody, really was never into fishing, which was really hard for me since I consider myself an avid fisherman. Living here in Florida and being able to fish in saltwater has opened up a whole new world to him, and he loves going fishing and especially catching fish that he can bring home and eat, which is another thing that I never thought I'd see from him. He used to hate fish. Now living here in Florida, he craves it and wants to go out fishing specifically just to catch fish to bring home.
He even gets upset on days that it just doesn't work out, that we can't go fishing.
Before we moved to Florida, we were lucky to get to see the ocean once a year, and that was only when we'd come down to Florida for vacation.
And now we can see it whenever we want.
That's right. On a weeknight, what do?
We go down to the ocean.
On the weekend, what do?
We go down to the ocean.
It is a beautiful thing, guys, being able to live in Florida and go to the ocean whenever you want. And we don't even live that close. It's an hour drive for us minimum to get to the beach, but it's well worth it.
So worth it.
And to answer your question, no, it doesn't get old.
So there's one thing I did notice. When we would come to vacation here every single year, I don't think we've ever once seen wild dolphins.
Nope.
On any of our beach days. And now when we go down there, we see it's like an automatic that you're gonna see wild dolphins every time we go to the beach.
And you love your dolphins.
I will tell you, I don't care how long that I will be here, 20 years from now when I'm sitting in my rocking chair retired, I will never get sick of seeing wild dolphins.
You're gonna retire at 53 and sit in a rocking chair.
All right, guys, so the next one, I don't want to give some false advertising here. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to move here and all your problems are going to go away. But I will tell you from my personal experience, my anxiety and mood has drastically changed since moving here.
And that's something we talked about a couple videos ago, which we'll leave right here, is about how Florida will affect your health.
There's something about waking up year round to the sunshine and the warmth that just makes you immediately motivated.
It does, and it just puts a smile on your face, and just starting your day off that way is fantastic. To wake up to sunshine, get that cup of coffee and say, you know what, today is gonna be a great day. And it's just something that Florida can do for you. What I'm going to say next ties into how sunshine will just make you happy every day. And that's the fact that we can be outside almost every day and all year round. When we lived in Wisconsin, we were inside almost 6 months out of the year. Now, some people are into snow sports. Not us. We do not like the cold. We do not like the snow. We are adventure seekers that love the warmth. So Florida is the place for us, and living here is a dream come true for us. We can go on all these adventures any time of the year. And the great thing about it is that depending on the time of the year, there's different adventures. So we're always switching it up. In the middle of the winter, you can go to the springs and see hundreds of manatees in one spot, something you can't do in the summer. So again, different adventures, different times of the year.
One of the best things about Florida is it would take a lifetime to experience all that the state has to offer.
Touche.
Touche?
And lastly, guys, we want to talk to you about the biggest thing that has changed in our lives since moving to Florida. Believe it or not, before living here, Lindsay and I were both very shy people and could probably be considered introverts.
I don't really say introverts. We just liked being with ourselves and our family.
Which, hold on, let's look up the definition of introvert, shall we? So an introvert is a shy person. Reticent? I don't know what that, why do they use words and definitions that you don't know?
You don't know, so you have to look up that word now.
So that means not revealing one's thoughts or feelings readily, which would describe us, I think. We were introverts. And guys, it's not just because we started this YouTube channel, although that definitely helps with it.
helps.
However, living down here in Florida, you're gonna find that almost everybody is in the same position as you are. They're new to the area. They're looking for friends and trying to get themselves out in the community as well.
And people are so nice here. It makes you want to socialize.
Right. And it's exciting, guys, because as we alluded to earlier, talking about the diversity, there's people from everywhere, all over the world, and from all different socioeconomic backgrounds. So no matter who you are, you're sure to find a friend. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.